Hola, good people, and welcome back. I just spit on myself. Welcome back to Life is What You Make It. As you can see, outside enjoying my beautiful sunshine, and you join me again today to watch me think out loud. So, today, what was on my mind was about pain, suffering, and fear. So, pain and suffering. It reminds me of the Buddha. Um, from what I understand, he was born into a very rich family, and he lived in the palace. And from his palace, he could see, peasants on the street, living in squalor, and people just living at a lower level of lower quality of life than he in the palace. And he didn't understand because he had been surrounded by luxury all his life. So as he went down into the town, the kingdom, and mingled amongst the common people, he saw suffering. And he didn't like what he saw. So he supposedly gave up all of his riches to live a common life. But Buddhism is not a religion. He never professed it to be a religion, and he never really wanted people to worship him. He set out to understand human suffering. So when I think about that, and in trying to understand human suffering, a lot of the disciples that followed him and wanted to understand, his outlooks on life, would ask about, the afterlife and what happens when you die. And Buddha said that that's not important. What is important is the now. So when I think about pain and suffering, um, I just believe that it is unfortunately a fact that as human beings, that is how we learn. If you are not made uncomfortable in a situation, you most likely won't change it. So, just as in the physical body, if there's a pain, it's an indicator that something needs to be looked at. When your arm hurts, you go to the doctor to get it checked out. It's an indicator that something is wrong or that something needs attention. So I feel like it's the same thing with all human suffering and pain. We are in that situation to bring attention to the fact that there is something that this situation is teaching us, something that we need to address, and something that we most likely need to change. So the same thing with fear. Um, it's you can only be brave when you're afraid. So in fearful situations, in situations that you fear entering, or that you avoid because you're scared, um, or things that are painful, or things that you are suffering with, they should be looked at as an opportunity to level up. Because once you actually face it, whether it be a fearful situation or a situation that you're suffering in or that causes you pain, once you face it and conquer it, first of all, you discover things that you didn't even know were within you. I'm sure you thought that you didn't have the strength to get through that situation or change it or make it better. And it shows you what you have within. There are powers, quote unquote, within you that lay dormant until they need to be used. You may never know that you could, lift a log until your leg is trapped under it. So when we have these situations that cause pain, suffering, or are fearful, we should, and I know it's asking a lot, because in the situation, when you're in the midst of it, it doesn't feel this way. But if you are trying to be a wise person, you should try to look at these situations as opportunities to level up and get better. because once you face them and you conquer them, you discover new things that you didn't know you could do, and you've passed a test that no longer keeps you in pain or keeps you suffering. So, suffering, pain, and fear are beautiful, beautiful tools that come into our life to help us level up. How about that? What you think? Just me thinking out loud. So that's it. Just a little brief blurb today as I sit in the sun and enjoy its sunshine at the end of the day. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. I hope that your week gets better as it goes along. And hit that subscribe button so that you know every time I drop a video. And hit that like button if you like what you hear. And by all means, share it if you think it could help someone else. So, again, thank you for coming to see me today and sitting through me thinking out loud. And remember, you are good people, so have a good life.